Hey y'all. Ran a little bit behind. Had a little malfunction. Dropped my phone in the floor. It went off. Did all the things. Had to scramble to get everything back up. Bless it. But we got it. We're here, right? I reckon that's all that matters. We're going to make a couple of things tonight. Got to thinking we talked some about doing some Super Bowl stuff, and so I thought we'd take a couple of snacks and make those. Trying to give everybody a little time to get on here. Hope everybody's having a good week. Ooh, we about to make it to Friday again, y'all. We're getting close. It looks a little dark in here. Of course, I got the light in a different place tonight, and that might have had something to do with it. I might have should have left that be. We may have to change it if you can't see. Give some folks time to get on. And we're going to make a guacamole dip. I love getting like tableside guacamole when you go to a good restaurant that makes it. And I loved it so much that I had to figure out how to fix it at home when I took a notion I wanted it. And it's so good. This one's absolutely delicious. And I just kind of took the things that I know it goes in it, and what I've seen pretty much everybody puts the same thing in it. But it's so much better when it's fresh. And I was going to do a pico too, but that's kind of redundant if you've got the guacamole. So yeah, y'all should have seen me in here scrambling around when I dropped that phone. You missed the funny part. That was fantastic. I can tell you this, first thing you want to do is like put your oven on 350 and let it be preheating. I think it's 350. You use the, nope, good thing I looked. Yeah, it is. It's 375, or if you've got a non-stick, which we do, it says to put it on 350, so that's what we did. But use the directions on the crescent rolls. I know that's backwards, but anyway. Okay. And I got my favorite sausage. I don't buy this much anymore. Well, it's one of my favorites. I got two, actually. When I'm just, on the norm frying sausage, I like the Swaggerty sausage in the box. Because, like, it's frozen in individual patties, and you can just take out what you need and use it without having to thaw everything out, and I love that. We had some of that last night. Them pancakes. Gosh, they were good. But anyway, that's one of my favorite sauces, is Jimmy Dean, but you gotta have sausage and some sage. And it don't matter if it's this one or the ground. It don't matter. Just need some sage. And just some yellow mustard. And some Warshy Sister sauce. Garlic powder. And some black pepper. And a thing of cream cheese. 8 ounces, I think it is. Yep, 8 ounces cream cheese. And some crescents. And this, in this container, now you can do it two ways. Like you could use green onions. But I had these chives, and I love cream cheese and chives together. So we're going to put some chives in this tonight too. How many of y'all going to watch the Super Bowl? I ain't watched a whole lot of football this year. I'm kind of lagging. Don't really know what's going on this year. But we still know how to make some snacks. But yeah, I thought about making this, it's a buffalo chicken dip, and it's hot, what burns me up, but now Lucy loves it. I thought about fixing that sometime too, but I can't find the recipe. I looked for it yesterday, I couldn't find it, so I'm going to have to hunt that up. It looks like we got a couple of folks on now. Hello. Glad you're here. Was just trying to give time for some folks to come on, and went through the ingredients for the sausage rolls. Now you can do these a million different ways. Some people make them like into pinwheels, and some people just lay out the crescent dough and roll it up in a roll and slice it, and I guess that makes the pinwheels. And you can just put a roll of the crescent rolls on the bottom and all your filling in the middle, and then a roll of crescent rolls on top, and bake it too. You can do it that way. I've seen a lot of people do that and eat it like a sausage casserole with eggs in the morning for breakfast, but it's good. But anyhow, that wind has blowed around here today. It's unreal. Really picked up. It's blowing leaves, and it's crazy. Of course, I think we had a wind advisory today, but y'all, it's been 70 degrees today here. Biggest part of the day was kind of gloomy, but this afternoon it started, sun come out, just didn't make you want to be inside at all. It was beautiful this evening. But the body can't decide. Is it spring? Is it winter? What is it? We don't know. But it was beautiful today. I know that. That wind's something else. It's still blowing around out there pretty good. But I think I'm going to go ahead. Maybe some folks come on while we're getting this stuff started. I'm going to put the sausage in the skillet and get it started. It takes it a little while to fry. Move ends over here. You can see a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, light. I don't know if I got that light quite right tonight or not. I might have should have brought that on over here. But anyhow, we're going to get our sausage in. And I like to leave all my stuff out. Now you want to, like especially the cream cheese, you want to leave it out and let it get to room temperature. But I will do the same thing with the sausage, and that way everything's kind of the same temperature when you start. And I'm going to turn that on about 7. And we'll get this sausage started. When everybody gets on here, or as you come on, holler at us and let us know you're watching and where you're at. Tell us about your day. I had time getting started because I dropped my daggone phone in the floor. Made a mess. So I was a little late getting on here to start with. But we're here, I reckon. That's all that matters. I got tickled, but I think I got my light in the wrong place, so just bear with me. I wanted to try something different, but I don't think it was a good idea. Alright, we put that whole pound, that was a whole pound of sausage in the skillet. I'm going to grab me a paper towel. And we start that frying. And then we're going to add all these other goodies to it. Y'all ever made sausage rolls? They're good. Now this particular recipe, I walked in a drugstore down there where my mommy gets her medicine and stuff, and one of the farmers, it was, I don't know, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before that, and they were all in there talking about how good them was that she brought in and all this. It was one of the pharmacists she'd made it, so I asked her to share her recipe. So that's where I ended up with this at. But we'll get this turned up good and get it started, but this is a real simple thing to fix. It's not hard. Yeah, I'm using this little hamburger meat grinder upper. I love that thing. I know, I'm sure it has a name, but yeah, I just make up my own names. Yeah, I had everything all set up. Everything all set up on the video and had the description and laid out there and all the stuff typed in I wanted it to say and all that stuff. And I went to put it up in the holder and dropped it in at the floor and everything on it went off. And so we was a little late to get started, but we are here. We are. And if you're just now coming on, all we've done is I showed the ingredients to this, so you guys can go back and see it. I showed each one. And all we've done is preheated the oven to 350 and use the instructions that are on your crescent rolls. And in this particular case, I'm going to be using a non-stick cookie sheet to put them on. And it says to do that on 350. So I'm preheating my oven to 350. And I put a pound of sausage over here in the skillet. And we're going to get that fried up. That's what we're doing. And I was asking around how many folks was actually going to watch the Super Bowl. I'll use it for an excuse to fix stuff like this. You know, any excuse. But we're going to fix a couple of things tonight. We're going to fix these sausage rolls. And then we're going to fix some guacamole. And we may just interject both of them depending on how long it takes this sausage to get started. I guess we could open our crescent rolls. Well, I don't guess we probably need to do that just yet. We'll get the cream cheese open. But you just fry your sausage up in you skillet and you start adding all your goodies to it, and then you just pretty much spread it out over the crescent rolls and roll them up. Hello, Miss Susan. Susan says, hello, lady. Hope you're having a good week. I have been, Susan. I hope you are too. It's been nice chit-chatting with you through the week. And Lucy Lou says, hello. And Susan says, hi, Lucy Mac. That's forever going to be your nickname, girl. Miss Lucy Mac. And for those of you that don't know what that's about, you'll have to go back and watch the videos. Find it. And poor little Lucy. She don't know what her name is. I've called her everything her whole life, everything but her name. I guess that makes her versatile. She'll answer to anything. Hi, Miss Judy. How are you, darling? Guys, we've about made it to Friday. We're real close. And we're using this Super Bowl as an excuse to make something good to eat. I bet you Jeffrey and him was watching that Super Bowl this weekend. Bet you anything. There's Miss Dorothy. Hadn't heard of sausage rolls before. Well, evidently it's a thing. I hadn't heard of them either, but I went in the pharmacy down there where my mama gets her medicine. Went to pick her medicine up, and they were all in there talking about how good those were, and one of the pharmacists had brought them in, and I asked her if she'd say her recipe, and this is it. So I went home and made them right away, actually. It's been a couple of years ago, and when I make mine, this is how I make it. And so right now we're just frying up a pound of ground. Well, it's a pound of sausage, but by the time I get done with it, it'll be ground. But you just mix all your filling up, and you put it in your crescent rolls, and you roll them up just like you would normal, and put them on the pan, bake them. I bet they'd really be good, like put them in like a ranch dip or something too on top of it. I bet that'd be good. I've never done that. But you just make sure that your cream cheese is room temperature. That'll give you trouble for sure. Lord, I've tried to put cream cheese at wasn't room temperature down in a bowl and mix it up with a mixer. Oh, don't do that. That's a catastrophe. Just accident waiting for a place to happen. And trust you me, I don't need a lot of encouragement where that's concerned. I can do it all by myself. But we got the oven on 350 and it's preheated. I heard it go off for a minute ago. We're going to brown this sausage up, and it looks like it's starting to brown now. Getting a good temperature going. So I want to wake the seasonings up in it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the seasonings in it. If I can figure out what I have done with my measuring spoons. Y'all know me, I ain't never got it all together. I probably throwed them when I dropped my phone. Give me just a second, I see them over here. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had all my stuff all typed up on my video and all that stuff, and then dropped my phone in the floor. So everything went off, and I had to start over again, so I was a little late getting started, and of course that makes you a little miscombobulated. Susan says, LOL, dill dip for me this week, haha. Been good talking with you also this week. We got talking about the dill sauce. I ran off and made me a tomato cracker salad. That's why I went silent. Boy, that looked good. That looked delicious. Miss Susan's all the time coming up with something delish. Now, I can't get that down in there, so this is the garlic powder, y'all. And we're going to put a tablespoon in here, but this is a half, so I have to do 2 of them. So we're going to do a tablespoon of garlic powder. I'm looking forward to eating these. I'm hungry. And we're going to do a tablespoon of sage. And it don't matter if it's this sage or if it's ground sage. It don't make no difference. As long as you put you a tablespoon of sage in there. I love sage. Lord, when we go to make dressing at Thanksgiving, me and my daughter's exactly alike. You can't get too much sage. And I know that some people says that's not true, but for me and her, you really can't get too much. So you might want to adjust yours according to your taste buds, but now I'm going by the recipe the lady gave me. So we will just go with that. I didn't up it none, and it was absolutely delicious when I made it. So I had to change this one. Boy, you can smell that sage now. And if I can find it generally when I make this, a lot of the reasons I get the Jimmy Dean is sometimes you can get it, it's got extra sage in it, you know. But I didn't see it today. Sorry for the racket. We gotta get this pounded up. Y'all, I noticed we had 90, I think it was 90 followers on here now. I am thrilled to death. Oh, there's Miss Prissy. Prissy says, hey girl. We caught you on a good night. You ain't out with your sweetie. Look at you. Miss Judy said, I love sage too. Yeah, I do too. I can't get too much of it. Sorry about that racket, Jens. I can't get too much sage. Now this right here is just pretty much up to you, but I'm going to use a teaspoon of black pepper. And that just depends on how much you like pepper. Now, I love pepper, so that ain't a problem. I was looking to see, and I don't think we're going to have grease to get out of there, so I think we're going to be good to go ahead and put our mustard in. And it calls for a teaspoon of mustard. Y'all believe I'm measuring? That should scare you a little bit. Chrissy said, I had the stomach bug the last 2 days. Bless your heart. Oh, gosh. I am so sorry, darling. And this is just some yellow mustard. We got a teaspoon. Of course, I've overdone it a little bit. That's what we do. Now, as far as these chives go, that's up to you. But I love chives. These are dried. And I'm just going to sprinkle some in. I don't know, probably a tablespoon. And that's it. Oh, nope, I lied. We got to put the Worcestershire sauce, or Worcestershire sauce, or whatever y'all want to call it. We got to put that in there. I got that sage under my fingernail. Let's grab that. And that calls for a tablespoon of that too. So I'm actually going to put the tablespoon. There we go. Now we got all our goodies in here. And I'm going to turn this down on medium now that we're frying this. And we're going to get all of it stirred up. Y'all ever notice certain words, like I hear people talking about stirring stuff up, and I hear the word incorporated. I don't know why, but that word drives me crazy. Ain't that funny? I guess I ain't quite right, but I think we've all established that. Alright. Get all this off here and start using me a spoon. Get to it better. We don't want to waste that sausage though now. Alright. I kind of hesitated putting this in my cast iron because I don't know. I don't know about cream cheese in here, y'all. We're going to find out. Look. Back in the pan. You don't get to escape. Now, if this had a bunch of grease in it, now you'd want to get rid of your grease out of here. And, of course, I'd have drained the grease before I started seasoning it up because you don't want to lose your seasoning. But this don't have a lot of grease in it. So, y'all noticed that lately. So, ain't none of the sausage really got a lot of grease in it. If you're going to get gravy, you got to fry some bacon. Let's see. Susan said she hoped that your virus passed quickly. It is hanging on, Susan, for some reason. Chrissy said, you know we don't measure nothing. It's better that way, sugar. Yes, ma'am. I was just trying to follow the recipe. I can't believe I actually pulled out a measuring spoon, but I did. I might lose my southern card over that, y'all reckon? Anyhow, we just going to cube up this cream cheese so it'll melt a little faster. And y'all, if you make this and you like it, you can double it up, you know. Make much as you want to. But I just cut my cubes up about like that. I'm going to drop them in there. And let them be a melting. But I love cream cheese and chives, and so putting them dried chives in there, I'm all about that. I'll be right back. Gotta grab me a towel. I'm making a mess on my hands. And I ain't chasing paper towel. So here we are. Alright. I need to clean that knife off in a minute. We gotta make that guacamole. But that's everything that goes in that. And now we just start mashing on your cream cheese. I don't know if y'all can see or not. Let's see. Let me get you down here. Now, Susan said, I think a little crushed pepper would be good. Added in this. Had me at cream cheese. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think the crushed red pepper would be real good in it. Matter of fact, I've got it out over to go in my guacamole. And when I got it down, I happened to think about that. I thought, boy, that would be good. Just bump it on up a notch. Or you could put Tabasco in here, or Frank's hot sauce, or if you wanted to heat it up, you sure could. And that's, again, one of the beauties of just taking something basic that somebody else does and then tweak it to your taste. Alright. And while that's finishing up, melting, it's doing a pretty good job. I'm going to move this stuff so we can get our crescent rolls out to get them ready. Gotta make room. That's what happens when you live in a little bitty house. It serves its purpose though now. Just let me say that. But somebody's telling me I needed to get me an island to go in here. Gosh, that smells good, y'all. I can smell that sage. One of my favorite things. I smell the Worcestershire sister sauce and all the fun. Alright. Now, let's see. Let's get these. I hope I ain't giving you whiplash, y'all. I'm making you seasick or something. Alright, we're gonna, y'all, this right here is a nightmare. I don't know if y'all ever had one of these pop in your hand, but Lord have mercy. Or them biscuits. It'll scare you dead. It's like a shotgun went off. That ain't gonna do it, so I guess we, oh, about time I said that, it just busted. So there we are. Now, if you wanted to make, you know, smaller, like bite-sized pieces of these, and I guess that would probably be a little more appetizer-centered, you could cut these crescent rolls in half and just make them smaller, you know, just cut it right down the middle and make your stuff smaller if you wanted to. Of course, I like to just get them and bite them, you know, just have the whole roll, I guess. But we just take these apart, get them ready. We was talking earlier, I don't know about where Jens is at, but boy, the wind, she was whipping around today here. And it got up to 70 degrees. Might have been a little more than that. Crazy weather, I'm telling you. And I know we have some odd weather in Tennessee sometimes, but this year, I don't know. It's just had its own way. Seems like every year it changes. I remember when I was little. Yeah, I can remember that far back, y'all. And we get out for Christmas break, and then the snow would keep us out till probably, I don't know, middle of January, end of January, something like that. We ain't had but a sprinkle here, period. Alright, I'm going to turn this on down to simmer. We did end up with a little bit of grease, but we're going to run that to the other side of the skillet when we start dipping our stuff out. And, but yeah, we used to get out for Christmas break, and then we'd be out for a long time. The youngins don't know what that is no more. That's for sure. Let's see if I can catch up on the comments here. Debbie says, hey, just getting on here, been busy with Dad. Y'all seen that supper you cooked, girl? Priscilla said, no way, not mine, Star. She can throw down in the kitchen. Thank you, Prissy. You're a sweetheart. Susan said, I think a little crushed pepper would be good added in this. Had me at cream cheese. Yeah, that's, yeah, anytime it's cream cheese, I'm all about it. Susan said, she says, worse you shower fast. I'll tell you, we just call it the W sauce, maybe. Oh my goodness, Debbie said there's 90% of heavy snow Sunday. For us, Lord have mercy. And it's 70 degrees today, y'all. There's Miss Amy. There's my sweet little Amy. She said, yes, it was super windy today. Yes, it was. Went outside at lunchtime on. I didn't want to go back in. It was so pretty. Deb said, yeah, it's 90% chance of heavy snow Sunday. Law of mercy, y'all. I don't know. It won't last, though. I mean, if it snows, it won't last. No, that's a lie. It'd probably be 10 degrees or something. And yeah, we don't do things around here in moderation. We do them in extremes. Alright, let's go to putting some of this filling in some of these. What do you say? You just start down here with your wide end, and again, I hope you can see. You just start down here with your wide end. You get you a spoonful of that. And in my world, there ain't no overfill, so it don't matter. Just put it on there. Roll them up. Oh, we got to. We had a casualty. Wrap it in. Put it on your tray. Whatever you're going to bake them on. I think the thing called for $3.75 if you're just using a regular pan, and $3.50 if you're using non-stick. So, blend it up with a little bit of grease, but I got the skillet tilted so we're not getting all that grease. I'm going to tuck that around. Fix us another one over here. Yeah, I don't know if I got the patience for this or not. I done started something. I've been thinking about making them little cocktail weenies with that grape jelly and barbecue sauce we talked about that night. I bet that is good to get you sweet and savory all at once. But I'd heard of people doing it, but I don't know if I've ever ate it like that. And I know I've never made it like that. But I'm sure it's good. Yeah, I'll have to concentrate to roll this. I can't do two things at once. Bless it. See there, we lost a piece. We're going in. We're adding her to the end. Waste not, want not. And for them of you that are, those of you, or y'all, that are just coming on here with us, this is a sausage roll. It's got a pound of sausage, fried and crumbled up, and a tablespoon of sage, and a tablespoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of pepper. I sprinkled some chives in it. It's got a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and a teaspoon of mustard. And that's what's in it. And then, oh, and cream cheese. 8 ounces cream cheese. And then you take your crescent rolls and you roll them out like this, just like you would normal. And you put you some stuff in the middle and you roll them up and put them on your baking pan. And then we're going to put them in the oven. Looks like we might have enough to do two, but we're just going to do one right now. Set this to the side, and I'll finish them up after a while. We did end up with some grease, but I put that on the far end of the skillet, so we're not getting too much of that. Probably ought to just drain it no matter what it looks like. That way you're covered. Roll this last one up. Get them in the oven. You want to heat your oven to 350 if you've got a non-stick pan, and 375 if you're just using a regular pan, it said. Whatever a regular pan is. Right. We don't know. Alright. We're going to drop these in the oven. And let's see how long it says to bake them. I think it's like 10 to 12 minutes, something like that. I'm blind, y'all. Let's see. Oh, they're giving you air fry directions now. Lord have mercy. Ain't that something? I got a little carried away reading that. Okay, roll them up, place in the oven, bake 9 to 12 minutes. So we're going to put 10 minutes on these, and then we'll check them. Never thought about doing them in the air fryer, but it sure did. It gives instructions on the crescent rolls how to fix them in the air fryer, y'all. So if you got one, I guess that's one thing to tell you how to fix it. Look at me throwing stuff everywhere. Let me get you back up here now. See if I can catch up. Miss Priss and Miss Debbie's having a little chit chat about some food in the snow, looks like. Very true, she said. It's hormonal weather for sure. That's a truth. Debbie said, Susan, my boys were little and a mile away at my parents' house staying the night. Ted and I walked to be with our boys. Yeah. Debbie said, I do mine in puff pastry. Melts in your mouth good. Yeah, I bet it is good. Puff pastry's good stuff. And you can buy it already fixed, so there ain't no need going all that trouble. I like good, but I like quick. Well, not quick, but not difficult. Alright, we're going to move this over here. Use the rest of that on our other pack of crescent rolls there to claw. Cut that off. Alright, now I'm going to get all my jazz over here for the guacamole. I love this stuff. But just like I said, I mean, I love a good guacamole. If you go out to a restaurant and they do a table side, I love it. So I figured out how to do it myself. Because I like it so good. Let me wash this here knife off right quick. Y'all like that? I mean, I probably got 1,000 knives. Well, not 1,000, that's a little much, but I got knives everywhere. But there's only them certain ones you want to use. And this poor old blue knife, I'm telling you, I don't know how many years I've had it, but I have absolutely used the daylights out of it. And it just keeps staying sharp. It's the thing about it. I don't think I've ever sharpened it. It sure does the trick. Let's shift gears here. Get all this in here. Alright. Now I got brought out the crushed red pepper sauce. Alright. Let's see. Amy says she loves guacamole too. Prissy says yes. Yeah, I love guac. I love it. And that's a good thing to have like in the summertime too, and it's fresh like that. Fix that in some pico and I can make a meal on it. And a friend of ours, she's a lady that I talk about all the time that taught me what it was not to worry about the mess and to make memories. Her name was Sheila Boggs. Some of you know who she is. And she would always say, just don't worry about the mess, you're making memories. And she's right. See, I've never forgot that. And there's a lot of memories around Miss Sheila's table. And playing cards and having dip. And she made party mix all the time. And she was the first person that I ever seen make pico at home. You know, I always got it out somewhere or something, but to her it just wasn't nothing. Oh my gosh, it was so good. But she'd make that pico, and we'd sit around, play cards, and eat that chips dip, and we'd while away a Friday or a Saturday night that way, and had the best time. And sometimes we did let her heart, we'd make her a mess. And half the time, she'd get up on Saturday morning after all of us had been in there. She'd get up on Saturday morning, come through her living room, and there'd be people laying in the floor, laying on the couch, sleeping in the recliner, and she'd come through there and pick your head up, see who all she had, and then she'd go make breakfast for you. But I ain't never forgot. Debbie said, Sheila was so sweet. I remember the day she passed. Yeah, I'll never forget that as long as I live. I will never forget that. She was a good lady, and she gave us lots of memories, and she's reminded us to make sure that we make some more memories, because those are the treasures that we talk about here all the time. That's my treasures, my memories, my time spent with you guys. the foods that we're sharing, the conversations we're sharing. And it's been so nice to talk to some of you folks through the week. You know, I've been talking to Susan and Miss Cheryl and Amanda, and really getting to know each other on a different level. And I've really grown through this, and I have you guys to thank for that. And I'm making new memories and new friends just like I wanted it to be, and it's happening. And you guys are a big part of that, and you are Starlet's Treasures. It's for real. That's how this channel got its name. Because my treasures are my memories and my time and my friends and my family. Those are my treasures. And so I just wanted to add some more to my life, and I hope that I can add some to yours. Some kind of treasure to yours. But anyhow, we're going to make some guacamole. Alright. You know, I need to go back and look at these videos, and instead of trying to read comments, I need to go back and look at them too. Well, I'm going to read the comments always. But I'm saying to make sure that I got some kind of angle where you guys can see what's happening. But this has cilantro in it, and I couldn't find fresh this time. Generally, I love to have fresh cilantro, but this is chopped cilantro in a little cup. So that's what we got. And you can use fresh garlic if you'd like to, or minced garlic. However, Miss Deb said, Lord, girl, the memories we have. That's the truth. That's the truth, and they're precious. And then y'all know me and this red onion. She's got to show up somewhere every time, seems like. And then you need some lime. You're only going to need the juice of one regular lime, but these were a little bitty, so we got two. And depending on how hot you like it, we got a jalapeno pepper here. You can do more than one. And really, I have found that the best tomatoes for these are the Roma. And most recipes that you look at for guacamole, they suggest the Roma, and it just holds up better in it somehow. And then you'll need you some avocados. Now, I got 3. Depends on how many you're making, how much you want to make. But if you just kind of give it a little squeeze near the end out there, and it gives a little bit, chances are you've got a ripe avocado, or avocado, or however you say it. But yeah, take the time to squeeze them up a little bit and see. Anyway, we're going to start getting this made up. And we can make some room here. Alright. Okay. We're going to start with the avocado. And the way you do these, I don't know if you've ever opened one or not, but you kind of just slide your knife in and go till it stops. And then make your way. When it stops, you got a pit. Make your way around that avocado till you meet up with where you started. And sometimes you don't meet up where you started. I got close that time. Take your knife out and twist. When you twist, it'll come open like this. You can see your pit in there. And you can do one of two things. You can take a spoon and dig that out, dig your pit out. Or I just take a knife, kind of give it a whack, and twist. Well, it's going to make a liar out of me tonight. I guess I'm going to dig it out. But generally, you can just hit it with your knife and twist, and it'll come out. Fairly easy. That's not wanting to. It's wanting to hang on. I guess I didn't cut enough of the flesh off of it. Anyhow, you take that pit out, get rid of it. We're going to do one more for now, see. And again, you just go in, go all the way around. Hopefully you meet in the middle where you started. And you twist. Don't make a liar out of me. I don't think I got it all the way around. I didn't. Of course not. Right? I don't know. Them pets don't want to let go tonight, children. That ain't too right. There it went. We got her. I'm just going to dig that now. I got a feeling after it was that hard just to twist the top off, it ain't going to turn loose that pit very easy. And sometimes you will get a little piece of the pit still in there. Just take you a spoon and dig it out. You're going to get the flesh out that way anyway. Nothing ever goes easy when you need it to. Did y'all notice that? I don't know. I can't complain. At first it didn't go too bad, did it? These ain't too awful right, but we're going to use what we got. You can just take you a spoon, generally, when they're good and ripe, and put your spoon down in there and you can just scoop it out. You can just scoop the flesh of the avocado out, but I'm going to have to put it down here at a better angle. And you just drop it in your bowl. Of course, this is not going to scoop out because we need it to, you know. You know the thing. It's the way it goes. Right. Let's see if we got anybody in here. Dave said put that pit in water and grow your own. Yeah, sure could. And Susan said that's what I was thinking. Hey, Miss Jeanette. Should I put my pit back in my guacamole after it's made so that it doesn't turn brown on me? Well, now see there, Jeanette, you're teaching me something. I didn't know that was a thing. Of course, I ain't been making this too awful long, but I sure didn't know that. But I bet you I do it. We're sure going to give it a try. That sounds like you've got some guacamole making under your belt, girl. You may have to be making us some guacamole. If she knows to use that pit, she knows about the guacamole. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That right, Nitterbug. I hope y'all had a good week. I have had a good week. It's been a little stressful, but ain't they all? Well, that one come out pretty good. That one come out like it should. That one was behaving. See if this side. I might have bragged too early and only one side's going to come out like that, but we'll just keep it going till we get it. We don't give up that easy. We don't. Oh, I don't know how good these are going to mash up. They ain't real ripe, but yeah, well, they felt like it was. I guess we'll go ahead and see what this one's worth. So we didn't get all of that out of that other. See what we got in this one. Maybe it'll cooperate. Maybe it'll feel sorry for us. That ain't gonna let go either. Alright, try again over here. Y'all, I'm on a struggle bus with these avocados. But listen, if I can do it, you sure can. Yeah, we're gonna have to dig that one out too. These must all come off of the same branch or something. They're all being stubborn. I don't want that peeling in there. It'd be a little tough. All had have mercy. I'm having a time. That's what happens when you get one that ain't ripe, though. And all three of them was like that. I'm not even going to bother trying to fight with that. If I can just get enough out of this to make this a little bit, we're going to do it. There we go. That's enough to get us started. That's all we needed anyway. Grab my towel here. Susan said, I think Lucy Mac's keeping her distance while Mama got that big old knife out. Yeah, she's a smart girl. She plumb left. She had some visiting she had to do. They're going over to, you always talk about them, about her boyfriend and sister, Holly, having goats. And so they've been having to watch them goats pretty close. They're getting real close to kidding. And they've gone over to not check on them goats and try to give Miss Holly some moral support. Because I got a feeling when them babies start coming, they're just going to keep coming. But she's got 7, in case there's some of you on here that wasn't on here the other night. She's got 7 goats, 7 nannies that are ready to kid within the next, well, I think she said 2 or 3 of them's due this week. And then within the next month, the rest of them's due. And I'm telling you, we was over our last Saturday, and this and it's due this week. She is huge. I know there has to be more than one kid in there. Got to be. Miss Dorothy said, I use chili sauce and grape jelly for my little wieners and meatballs for parties. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Oh, you put chili sauce in yours. Now, there's something else I hadn't heard. Chili sauce. I've heard about putting barbecue sauce and grape jelly in them, but never chili sauce. I love chili sauce on near anything. But yeah, I'll have to try that in the meatballs, doing it the same way. Okay. All right. Let's check these here. Oh, gosh, them smells good. See what we got. I might have got a little too brown, but we'll see. Oh, no, them's good. Them is perfecto. Well, I might say we probably went about 12 minutes because I never set my timer, of course. I was running my job. And for most of you, that's probably a little too brown. Back it up a couple minutes, but for me, I love anything good and brown and good and done like that. I like the crispier the better. But that's what it makes. It actually makes full-size crescent rolls, but you have the sausage dip, sort of, in the middle. And these are absolutely delicious. And it's just, I don't know, you could cut them in half, like we talked about, and make smaller ones so they're just bite-size. Or you could lay them out and put your sausage stuff in it, roll them up, cut them out pinwheels, or there's a lot of different ways to serve them, but that's the way I fix them. So them's good and done. Gosh, I wish I could smell these. I was talking and didn't set my timer, but I could smell them cooking. I know we was getting close. Tanette said, when you pick out, okay, this is information I need, Miss Tanette, or Tara. When you pick out the avocado, peel the scab from where the stem was. If it's brownish, it's perfectly ripe. Squeezing can sometimes be deceitful. Well, that's evident. Okay, so peel the scab from where the stem was. Y'all listen. And if you get avocados, peel the scab from where the stem was. If it's brownish, it's perfectly ripe. And sometimes squeezing will fool you. And it did me tonight, for sure. For sure. Yeah, Susan, I miss Miss Lucy Mac. She ain't around, but she's over seeing about them goats and stuff. And I reckon that she's getting a little, I mean, that's a lot of goats to have to be trying to deal with, and they're afraid she's too big to have it. So there's some worries where that's concerned. So I know it might seem silly to some of you, but if you could drop a little prayer for them little baby goats and for Miss Holly's nerves to calm down till she can get them here. But anyhow, like I said, we're going to use Roma tomato. Try to get you back down here where you can see a little bit. Alright. Get that avocado off of there. Yeah, we had an avocado fiasco. I'm just going to cut the bottom off of that because I don't want that hard piece in that. But then I just dice them up. Cut them in things the way you like them. Now, a lot of people will take the seed out of these because it doesn't make it as watery, but mine, it don't last long enough to get real watery and brown and stuff. Anyway, we really like it. Priscilla said, I miss Lucy Lou. Love it. She ain't got no signal of her. She's in God's country right now. She is literally on top of a mountain. Literally. I mean, like, when you walk out on their front deck, you can actually see 3 cities. Yeah. Tara says, Tanette is perfectly fine. All the hometown folk know me by that name. Yeah, it's hard for me to call you Tara. Debbie said, nothing wrong for praying for our animals. God created them too. Yes, he did. Miss Priscilla says, guac to me, girl. Yep. But a lot of people will take the seeds out, and it does make it a little less loose. But I leave them in there. It's just all flavor, and like I said, it don't last too long, no way. I'm not going to put these in right now. We're going to chop up the avocado first. Lord help me. Trouble I had getting it out of the peel. I don't know if we'll get it chopped up or not. We might as well give that a try. See what kind of fit that's going to give us now. Anyway, just take you a fork. Yeah, it ain't going to mash up, y'all. It ain't going to do it. Lord have mercy. Can we get canned avocados, y'all? So that way you can see for sure. Huh. Well, I ain't the least bit happy about this right here, y'all. What do you do in a case like that? Well, I'll tell you one thing I can do. I can look at these that's in my fridge and see if they're too far gone. They might be, but they might not. These have been in here for a while. And I figured they wasn't fit. But we might stand a better chance with them in this mess we got going on. We'll just back up and punt. We'll see what we got. We're going to at least do this. We're going to open them. These have just been in there too long, and I stopped and got these at the or I thought too long. I stopped and got them other ones at the grocery store this evening because I wanted to be sure I had some good ones. But you know what? I think we're in business, children. Let me get rid of this over in another bowl right quick. We'll try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We ain't gonna waste that now. We're gonna put it over in this bowl, but we're gonna go for another one. We're gonna give this a try. Because that just wasn't even gonna mash up. Now, let's see how this one works coming out of here after we talked about it. Look at that. See? Now we're cooking. What I done with my spoon? There's my spoon. Alright. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're in business now. It's coming right out. I feel better. I was panicking there for a minute. Yeah, we can get this done now. Look there how easy it's coming out of there. That's what you want. That's what I get for doubting myself, or doubting my avocado. Let's see what this one looks like. If it's too far gone, we just go with what we got. That one's, now that's too far gone, children. We don't want that. Let's see if we can find another one in here. They all feel awfully mushy. But I think we might have just got one to get us through. But that's alright. They'll still make us some guacamole, won't it? Yep, then it's too far. But that'll make us some guac. So we will just break it all down a notch and not use as much stuff. But that's going to mash up, y'all. This is going to mash up. We just going to have to make a smaller version. And that's alright. As long as we get to make some. We didn't give up. We didn't get defeated. We just kept it going. Good Lord looked out for me today. He said, I'll give you one in there. Calm down. But you know, that's the way we are. That ain't something you want to cut up ahead of time, because, I mean, it goes, like Tanette said, it goes brown on you. And alright, I like chunky. And normally they'd be twice as much of that in that bowl, you know? But not tonight. Let's see. The riper, the outside, the better. Yep. Miss Dorothy said she bought some, but she hadn't used them yet. Priscilla said, the riper, the outside, the better. Tanette said, I have nuked them in the microwave 10 to 15 seconds at a time when they aren't ripe, and it softens them up. See, there she's got all kinds of tips, y'all. Susan said, I was thinking maybe that, but never tried. So thanks, it's good to know, absolutely. And Tanette said, sometimes it does get brown, though. Well, I mean, you know, it's fresh. It's just that it turned brown while you was cooking it. But we got enough on here to start a little bit anyhow. Hey, and besides that, they left, so I guess I don't have to worry about theirs, right? I'll make them some this weekend. I'm glad we didn't cut all the tomatoes up, y'all. We'll just go ahead and put some tomato in here. We will. Some of that good red onion. Stir it around a little bit. See, it's pretty already. Just makes a real good, fresh, pretty dish. Go ahead and open this cheddar cilantro. They didn't have a bit of fresh cilantro. The whole slot was empty. I guess everybody must have been making guacamole for the Super Bowl. But now, y'all, either you like cilantro or you don't like cilantro, and we like it. It is something you can leave out if you wanted to. It's a pretty pungent flavor, but we like it. So I'm going to add probably to this we got, I'm going to say about a half a teaspoon, because we don't have a whole lot. And we're just going to cut up a little bit of this onion. Cut this oven off. Put a little garlic in here. And I'm going to say about a teaspoon. I can't actually go by my measurements because I don't have enough avocado. So we're just going to play it by ear. Now we're going to cut up this here onion. I sliced up that onion to go in that roast the other night, and Susan ended up making her some onion rings. So I'd say husband's feelings wouldn't hurt one bit over that. Said we had her wanting onion rings, so she made her some. Well, they look good too. And y'all, what'd you think about that quilt that Amanda made too? Miss Susan's working on one too. And Miss Amanda shared a picture of hers the other day. Y'all go over and look at that post. I posted it on our page. for everybody to see. It's so pretty. She made it out of blue jean material and stuff. And she said the pockets even actually work. So, and I said, you know, girls, us girls, we can't get enough pockets. Ain't nothing wrong with the pocket. I think I'm making an onion salad out of this instead of a guacamole, but now I love my onions. I do. They flavor up everything so good. Now normally, if I'd have had a couple of avocados that cooperated, I would put a whole jalapeno in there, but we're not going to do that tonight. We're going to stir this on up. We got some garlic in there. We got some red onion. We got some Roman tomatoes. That's where we're at so far. Now, you can put these little gloves on to handle these peppers so you don't have to worry about it getting on you or getting in your eyes, but it don't bother me unless I end up touching my face or something, so I'm just going to cut it up and get it in here, and then I'm going to wash my hands. So, I always take the end off first. Take my scrap bag. And then I just cut them down the middle. And I'm going to take the seeds out. I got myself. I'm going to take the seeds out of it. Because it does take some of the heat off of it. So I'm just going to get rid of that vein and most of the seeds. Kind of like a little pod, like you get inside of a green pepper. You know how you take that pod out, it's got the seeds in them. This membrane and the seed in this pepper is where you get your heat from. So if you want to take some of the heat out, that's how you do it. So we're just going to slice it up, put it in some small pieces. Oh, that smells good. Y'all making special foods for Super Bowl? I seen where Debbie posted a bunch of stuff she's making. Ted must have had a list a mile long. I told her I was just going to come to her house. Did doing that. I'll just go down there and eat hers. I could be nice to go down there and help her make it, though. But, you know, that's the way we are. Alright. Dry my hands off. Let's get a little salt. And, again, normal recipe, I don't know, probably a teaspoon. And we're going to use the juice, since we ended up with one avocado, we're going to use the juice of one small lime. And had I had enough avocado, we'd use 2 of these small limes. I got one of these old-timey juicers, y'all. I've had that thing for Lord, I don't know how long. Matter of fact, I do think that was my mama's at one point in time. But they make a good juicer. They get all of it out. I love lime juice. It's one of my favorite things. And a lot of people like lemonade. I like limeade. I like to take them and actually make it up like you're making lemonade. Only make limeade. And we'll just put some of this in here and see where it gets to. I could chop that onion up a little better, but yeah, I think we'll just go with the rest of it. There we go. And when you're storing this, now Tanette said you could take your pit and put it down in it and keep it from going brown. And you can also, when you put it down in your bowl, if you got some saran wrap or something, don't just put the saran wrap over the bowl, but go all the way down in the bowl and put it on top of the actual guac, and that'll help keep the air out of it. We'll get us a little bowl, put it down in so we can see it. You know, I guess if you're just going to make up a small batch like that, that's probably what you need to do anyway. That way it don't brown run on you. You got it enough to eat out of for that meal or for that game or something. And if you need to make some more, you can. Guess that's the best way to handle it anyhow. Get some of this mess off of here, Lord mercy. I've made off this mess. I've had a conundrum this evening, y'all. But we didn't quit. Alright. We got guacamole. And we got sausage rolls. Well, them smells good. They're still hot. Still hot. Still hot. Let me see if I can say howdy here a minute. I'm sweating in this kitchen, y'all. It's hot in here. And I never even cooked nothing much. Let's see. Miss Susan said, now I want some homemade lemonade. And every time I see a juicer, that's all I can think about, LOL. Yeah, I had a really good friend. Well, matter of fact, she watches sometimes. Her name's Barbara. She don't chime in a whole lot, but she's on there. And I'm telling you, she made the best lemonade. And it was kind of one of them things like we talked about that night where you can do it exactly like they do it and it never tastes like they did it, you know, like when they do it. And that was one of those things, was her lemonade. Lord, I loved it. And hadn't done that in a long time, but she made some of the best lemonade. Thank you, Miss Prissy. She said it looked delish. Guys, it smells good. And I mean, you know, you could put, like Susan was talking earlier, you could bump it on up. You could put you some crushed red pepper in it, or you could put Tabasco sauce, or Frank's, or if you got hot sauce that you like, you could absolutely bump it up a notch. Heat it up, and I know we just ended up with a small bowl, but Miss Jeanette has given us some really good information about that. She said that if you'll take, well, if I hadn't, let's see if I can get one of these out of here. I did have one more, didn't cut up. I just gave up on my food. They's all burnt. But when she talks about, I'll show you the stem end that she's talking about. She said to check the stem end. It's that end that has the little thing here. And she says to scratch that off. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh yeah, you can tell that one's bad. But if you pull that off before you bite and look down in it, see that's, but that one's, yeah, that one's too far gone. She said if you look down in there and it's brown on the tip, that it's at least ripe. And that squeezing on them was a little hard to tell sometimes. Well, there's Miss Trish. Hi, Trish. I hadn't seen you on here in a bit. You have to make you some guacamole. Or you can come over, we'll give you a bite. Of course, the youngins is over on the mountain tonight. They're over with Holly and her goats. Susan said probably use simple syrup for it. It makes the best. Yeah, simple syrup. You can't beat simple syrup. Use that with the lemonade. Yeah, that's a good idea. But yeah, Barbara would slice them lemons up. And she'd juice them lemons. And then she'd, I don't know, she put the sugar in it and all that. But then she always sliced lemons and floated in it too. And I don't know if maybe I just thought it was the grandest thing ever was. It was so good. Debbie said, forget the egg, just give me the lemons. Now, oh, Deb can slice up an onion. Listen, man, I don't even know what I'm talking about no more, y'all. This guacamole doesn't mean in tonight. She'll slice a lemon and take the wedges and just stick it in her mouth and chew on it. We love her. I don't understand it. But you know, when Lucy was little, she teethed on onions. You turn your back on her, and if your onions was anywhere within reach, she had them chewing on them. She needed she had a real strong, strong flavors. She really, really liked them. She used to crack me up chewing on them onions. I guess everybody have different taste buds, what make the world go around. Dave said, good. Yeah, she likes them lemons now. Dorothy said, a lady I worked with put an orange in her lemonade. Ooh, I bet that's good. I love oranges too. Trish said, I have made some, had a headache today. Good seeing you cooking all those delicious foods. Well, Trish, it's good to see you on here. Hey, I'm sorry you've had a headache. I hate the headache. It's probably this weather. One day it's 20 degrees and the next day it's 70 and it's raining or it's, Lord mercy, body can't adjust. But, I have migraines and they told me that my migraines are humidity related. Like a big swoop in the barometric pressure and stuff like that brings my headaches on. Susan said, I make strawberry lemonade. And I like tea with lemons and oranges. Yeah, now I'm telling you, I love my lemon in my tea. And I like peach tea, but not this stuff that's got like squirted peach flavor in it. But you take peaches and like whirl them up like in your food processor or your mixer or something like that, and you just get them into a puree and pour that in your tea. Oh, Lord, it's good. Now that's serious peach tea. We need a bite of one of these, don't you think? Let's see if this is in count. The way I'm batting 1,000 tonight, I don't know if I were to bite this or not. What do y'all think? Let's see. Well, we all know I have to smell everything. That went right. That's really good. Y'all get a chance to try them. You can do this right here like this and like fry up eggs. Have it for breakfast. That's delicious. Y'all need to try this. Davey said, I got the ear piercing for migraines and it works. Yeah, she's showing us that up here the other night. And boy, I'll tell you what, you have him headaches like that, you'll do anything to make it stop. And I hate it because it just debilitates you. It like, I don't know, mine, I just can't function. I can't think. I don't want to come out of a dark room. I can't stand light, noise. And I just try to stay asleep until it's gone. Well, it's miserable. And then I don't feel right for a couple of days after that. I feel real sluggish and, I don't know, just not quite myself for a couple of days after that. And migraines are monsters. Well, we need to taste this guacamole, so I'm going to go grab me one of these here chips. I like them. But now I think my favorite chip like this is, Lord, I can't think of the name of them. Y'all might have to help me. It comes in the red, you can get a great big old bag of them, and it's a red pack, and they got lime on them, actually. Susan said, I have everything here to make them sausage rolls except crescents, but I know how to make some homemade. Of course you do. You are amazing, lady. Oh, I want to see these homemade rolls. Yes. Make some and make the homemade rolls, and I want to see that. Oh, yes. That'd be great. See, she might try them tomorrow. They're good. They've got a real good flavor. And Priscilla said, I have migraines too. Someone told me to drink a Gatorade at the onset, and it helps, and it works. Well, good. I'm glad you found that. I'll have to try that. Susan said they have new Tostitos that are like Fritos for dipping. So good. Oh, yes. I like Fritos, too. Like if I'm going to eat chili, something like that. I love corn chips. Jeanette said, my doctor told me about the Gatorade also. Well, girls, y'all are just setting me up to succeed the next time I have one. I'll have to give that a try. Sorry for the racket. Now, y'all, I cut this pepper up a little big in here, too, so my eyes start watering. Y'all call the fire department, okay? We're going to give this a bite. See what we get. Ooh, I don't want that big old chunk now. Here we go. Got to get some mater, and got to get some avocado, and some onion, and some red pepper, and all the things. Here we go. Might be on a smaller scale, but it's good. I love this stuff. I love it. They're made like little scoopy scoops. These are good too for like taco salad or like you can make taco meat up or like a taco salad stuff up and set these out on a plate and fill these little cups full. And this could be an appetizer for Super Bowl too, for sure. Priscilla's muscling it. That's right. Y'all, I appreciate you coming on here, and I appreciate the time you spend with me. And I know I go through this every time, but it's not just words, I mean it. The YouTube channel's got 19 subscribers. We are coming on up. When we get 50, I'm going to submit it so we can go live, so I can start seeing the comments like I ought to. And I think there's like, oh shoot, now I meant to look before I got on here, and it slipped my mind. There's either 89 or 90 followers on our Facebook page, just on the Facebook page. And I look at that and I am absolutely astounded, and I'm so grateful. And like tonight we've had like 12, 15, 19 people that just coming on and, you know, going about their day, but spending time with us and with me. And I see y'all talking to each other, and then talking to you through the week and getting to know you. And I mean, yeah, we had to struggle to get this guacamole fixed, but guess what? We got this guacamole fixed. And maybe that'll be an encouragement to somebody else, you know. That might be something that they've been intimidated by or whatever. Well, now we've hit every road bump we could have hit. We had unripe avocados and couldn't get the pit out, and then we couldn't get the avocado out, and then we didn't have enough avocados, but we had one ripe one, and we're in business. That's all we needed. So that's just proof to us. Don't ever give up. Don't quit at nothing. Just keep going. Jeanette said, "You're making me hungry, lady." I'll sure feed you, girl. It's just me over here right now. If you come, you can get every bit of this. Dorothy said, I drink Coke or coffee when one starts. The jolt of the caffeine helps. I also use ice pack on my face. Yes, Miss Dorothy, I have done that. I've never drunk coffee or anything when I'm starting, but I guess it makes sense. It's caffeine. I'm going to try that too. Give that a try. Give the Gatorade a try. But yes, ma'am, boy, now I've used that ice pack a many a time. But you know, my mama used to have them years ago, but she don't have them now. Biggest trouble she has is vertigo. But for them ovens, it's just popped on or come on in the middle of this. We made sausage rolls out of crescent rolls. And it's a pound of sausage, 8 ounces of cream cheese, a tablespoon of garlic powder, pepper, a tablespoon of sage, and you can either use the rubbed sage or the ground sage, it doesn't matter. Garlic powder, I don't know if I said that or not. But I got all the ingredients on here at the beginning. I show them one at a time so you can even see what they are. Worcestershire sauce, mustard. It don't have a whole lot in it. Like, it's got Worcestershire sauce, mustard, cream cheese, garlic powder, pepper, I think. Yeah, I put pepper in it. And your sausage. And that's what makes your filling. Anyway, you buy the crescent rolls in the pack. Take those out. Put your filling in it. Roll it up. Put it in the oven and bake it on 350 if you've got a non-stick sheet. And this took probably about 12 minutes, but as you can see, mine's a little browner than most people like because I was talking and I missed it. But they're delicious. And it's got Worcestershire sauce in it. And we made guacamole. We had a struggle with that, but we won. Them avocados weren't being very nice to us, but we made it. So, she's good. And it tastes really good. Miss Deb said, you drink coffee? Who, me? Yes, I drink coffee. I don't drink hot coffee. It has to be iced. I know. I know. Not coffee. I get it. But it has to be iced mocha coffee. I've drank other stuff too. I like caramel too, but I like the espresso with a dark chocolate and some cream. I'm good to go. Of course, I have to be difficult. Debbie says, yuck. Yeah, I know. It's not coffee. What is it? A fruity drink? No, it's not a fruity drink. It's candy, right? It's still got caffeine in it, girl. That's all that matters. Susan said, I drink creamer with a little coffee, LOL. But lattes mostly. Me too, Susan. My favorite is a Starbucks iced mocha latte. That's my favorite. And it has the espresso in it, and it's got that real dark chocolate, and the two together, that real bitter coffee and the bitter chocolate together is so good. But that's my favorite. And if I go to Dunkin', I just get a iced coffee with iced mocha coffee with cream. Tanette said, if you're making large, okay, she's got another tip for the guacamole, y'all. If you are making large amounts of guacamole, use a tater masher to mash them up. Works better with big batches. Yeah, I bet it does. And y'all, she said, if you put your pit back down in your guacamole after you get it made, it'll help keep it from turning brown. And not only that, but you can take a piece of like plastic wrap, and instead of like just putting it over your bowl, leave it loose and mash it down on top of your guacamole, you know, where it's actually touching the plastic. And that'll help keep the air out of it, keep it going brown. Boy, it'll burn fast. Debbie says hers. I said, wait a minute. Susan said caramel for her. Yeah, I like the caramel too. Debbie said Dunkin' Donuts caramel latte. See, she likes the candy too, evidently. Y'all, I swear, out there at work, bless their hearts, they bought me Dunkin' cards and Starbucks cards. And they know that I love these things. And little Amy, I don't know if she's still on here or not, but love her heart. She'll come bebopping in there in the morning sometimes, and she's carrying me a Starbucks iced mocha. And here she comes. And we know it's going to be a good day then. Love her heart. She goes to all that trouble to stop and get that for me. This means a lot to me. She's a little sweetie. She's kind of like a little second youngin'. I love her to pieces. She's a good one. I work with good folks. All of them. All of them, good people. I am blessed. All right, Miss Deb looks like she's chiming off. She said, have a blessed night, everybody. And Miss Tanette says the pit in it is when serving. Oh, when you're serving it. Your plastic wrap is best for the fridge. Okay, so as you're serving it, let me back up. When you are serving your guacamole, put your pit in it, and it will keep it from going brown as fast. But putting it in the refrigerator, do the plastic wrap like we talked about, is best for the fridge, she says. Well, I know I have rambled, went on here this evening. Y'all, this has been a fiasco. But I've had a big time. I dropped my phone in the floor before it started. I was late getting on here. I was trying to put things on there. I had all my stuff all typed out and ready to go. And I raised up there to screen into the holder there and dropped the daggone phone. It hit the floor. It went off even. So I had to bring everything back up and put a little something on there so y'all know it was us. And then try to get it started and get it back up here and get it live. And then I got in my avocados and they wasn't ripe. And you know what? I have made some memories and y'all got to come along with it. It was a bit of a fiasco, but I appreciate you hanging with us. And Miss Tara has had, or Tanette has had all kinds of tips and stuff for guacamole, for avocados, and how to buy the avocados, how to look for the ripe ones. And we're learning from one another. We've talked about lemonade, limeade, lemons, oranges. I love the idea of the tea with the orange, though. I got a feeling that that's not going to leave me alone till I try it maybe this weekend. We talked about our coffees and all sorts of things. So I will have this one uploaded over on YouTube too. And I've been a little scattered this week. Had some other stuff, I've had to get done and this, that, and the other. So I know they were a little scattered or whatever, but that's what I want it to be. I'm scattered, therefore I'm going to be scattered here too. Not all the time. Sometimes I'll have it together better than others. But I've had a blast spending the evening with you. I look forward to it all day. That's the truth. I look forward to chiming in and having the chit-chat and you taking out time with me to do it. And I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you that's sharing it around. That's getting the word out about the YouTube. When we get to 50, we'll go live there. Promise. Miss Tanette said, I love you all and hope everyone has a blessed night. Prayers for everyone. Gonna hop off here 4:30 comes early. Y'all, don't forget to sprinkle her around, as Lucy Lou would say. Well, thank you, Tanette. She would appreciate that. And I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for staying with me this evening, hanging in there, chit-chatting, loving on us and letting us love on you. And you truly are Starlet's treasures. If you made it through this, you truly are. I love you guys. I'm praying for you. Uplift one another. If you got prayer requests, put them in the comments. Don't have to say what. We'll know. God knows. We'll be praying about it. He knows, and that's all that matters. I love you guys. We will see you soon. Mwah. Have a good night. Rest good.